What's up, everybody? It's Steve with Primary Arms Optics here at SHOT Show 2024 with our Discovery 2024 releases. We're really excited about everything that we've come out with this year. We're super excited to be aligned with Inline Defense, be able to come out to you guys and present all of our new products to you. So you guys have supported us over the years. We really appreciate it, and we want to give you guys one of the first looks at all the new stuff we have. Kind of starting smallest to biggest because that's the easiest way to go. We do have our new MD21 red dots. We're doing these in both the SLX and the GLX series. The biggest difference between the SLX and the GLX has a solar failsafe on it. So what makes ours a little bit different than most others is instead of the solar being a backup for the backup is actually the battery, where the solar is the primary power supplier to the dot itself. So most of the time, the solar panel is going to be running the optics, and then the battery is going to kick in when you're inside with lights off, your nighttime, things like that. So it really increases the battery life and the functional use of this thing to almost infinity. It's pretty insane. The SLX is very, very similar, except it doesn't have the solar cell on top, and we move the buttons to the top instead of on the side like on the GLX. They're both available in two different reticle configurations. So we do both a 2 MOA single center dot, as well as our new ACSS CQB. So with the ACSS CQB, you can actually cycle through the different parts of the reticle, turn them on and off, depending on the use and application. If you want the chevron BDC, chevron horseshoe, or everything on all together, you can select that. So like I said, 4 different versions, 2 SLX, 2 GLX with those different reticle variations. And the next step up, everybody knows us for our micro prisms. So we had the 1X micro prism originally, and we came out with a 3X and the 5X. People absolutely love those. The SLX 1X is still one of our best-selling products, but people wanted something with a little bit brighter illumination, a little bit clearer image. There's a general improvement over it, maybe a little bit smaller overall footprint. So we came out with a new GLX 1X micro prism. The kind of defining features of this over the SLX is, although the body overall is larger than the SLX, the footprint is actually smaller because we got rid of the rheostat on the side. We went with a push button system. It still has night vision, still has all the same power levels, but now instead of that big giant rotary knob on the side, you've got nice slick buttons. They're not going to get caught on anything. They're big enough to be able to manipulate with gloved fingers. You can feel them. They're super tactile. And we also moved the battery compartment to the top, again, to maintain that narrow profile. We're doing this in 2 different models to start off with, either red illumination or green illumination with our Cyclops reticle. The biggest advantage to this over the SLX is, although the eye relief in the XLX was really, really long, still is really, really long, this is pretty much unlimited. So it doesn't matter how far forward you mount this thing. I've actually set this up in our warehouse 75 feet away, and you can still see through it, still very clearly see the chevrons, still engage targets through it. It's insane. So whether you're putting it on an Ultimac or whatever you're doing with it, you've got more than enough eye relief to still be in that eye box and use it effectively. Next step up is our SLX series LPVOs. Again, one of our best-selling categories. Last year we came out with a 1 to 10, and we also came out with a Nova in the 1 to 6. Everybody loved both of them so much, they kept asking for us to marry them together. So this year we came out with our Nova reticle in the SLX 1 to 10. So second focal plane scope with our Nova red dot bright fiber wire illumination. You can turn this thing down to 1 power, crank the illumination up, shoot it just like you would any other dot. It is extremely bright, works very, very well. If you need to shoot out at distance, you can crank it back up to 10 power, which is what all the mil stadia are calibrated for, is that max magnification. The Nova is a little bit different in this, as well as its other brother that we'll show you here in a minute. You actually get half mil marks. We got rid of the mover marks on the horizontal stadia, and we went to mil marks in there as well. So you can mil targets both vertically, horizontally, as well as calculate your drops. So last but not least, kind of the crowning glory of the show, and the thing that most people are excited about, is our PLX Compact. So everybody knows and loves this. We released it about 2 years ago with a few different reticles. Last year we came out with the Peanut Butter Pickle, which is the FDE variant. Everybody absolutely loves that scope. It is extremely light, very, very short with exceptional glass, but they wanted brighter illumination. So we put the Nova in it. So again, our fiber wire Nova illumination, a true red dot bright. It's a second focal plane. That's kind of one of the caveats to the Nova reticle, is you can't do it in the first focal plane. It'll get too thick at 8 power, or it'll completely disappear at 1X. So it is a second focal plane. not that big a deal because most people are running these things either at low or at max. That's kind of how most LPVOs are run. So everything's calibrated for 8x in this scope. If you want to shoot fast and close, crank it down to 1. If you want to shoot a distance, crank it up to 8, and you can use all your stadia. So these are actually coming in 2 different variants right out of the gate. We're doing the black as well as the peanut butter pickle version of it. So you will have an FDE version available on release. And everything that we are announcing in our Discovery 2024 event is going to be available in Q2 of this year. So you guys are looking a couple of months at the most, and you will be able to find these in your local dealers. If you guys do have any questions about anything, please feel free to hit us up on our social medias. You can go check us out for more information on this. You can go to primaryarmsoptics.com, where we've got the landing page for our Discovery release. Otherwise, hit up Thin Line Defense, and they'll be happy to help you out as well.